the main thing that happens during the 7th day of Passover is the splitting of the Red Sea, right? It's a major event. Almost everyone knows about it on this planet. It's when the 12 tribes of Israel, the nation of Israelites, they left Egypt. They told the Pharaoh that they need to go and they want to connect to the Creator more. They left Egypt, and the Creator is guiding them totally. They don't have a GPS. They don't have Waze. They don't have Google Maps. They don't have even a freedom of choice of where to go. The Israelites, the whole time they were in a desert, they were guided by the Creator's angel. It's a main angel of the Creator, Memtet. And he was leading in the form of a cloud, telling the Israelites when and where they should go. And basically this cloud would lift above the camp of Israelites and would tell them that meant that they need to move. So they were moving based on that cloud completely. It wasn't Moses, it wasn't anyone else. It was strictly directly from the Creator. And the Creator doesn't lead them, even though it's an 11-day journey from Egypt to Israel. The Creator leads them to the Red Sea, which doesn't make so much sense when you think about it, right? If the whole idea is to go to Israel, why don't you just go straight to Israel? But no, the Creator takes them right in front of the Red Sea, which is a little bit illogical, but there's always a secret, right? So in the 6th day, which is happening right now, basically, it's very interesting. I don't know if you listened to Michael's lecture, so he mentioned it, Michael Berg, is that this year, the holiday of Passover falls exactly how it was in when the Israelites left Egypt. That it was exactly on Wednesday night. All the events are falling right as they were back then, 3,400 years ago. And what happened Tuesday night is the Israelites got up to the Red Sea, and they get up to the sea. They are standing in front of it. It says on the sides were wild animals. In the back were the Egyptians, because the Pharaoh got, he changed his mind. The Creator again changed his desires, and he said to go after the Israelites. So the whole Egyptian army, the chariots, meaning the most powerful part of the army, went after the Israelites. They're standing behind them. And in front of them is the Red Sea. And one of the most important Kabbalistic events happens this Tuesday to Wednesday night, which is the Israelites are basically telling Moses, like, what's going on? You take us out of Egypt. You promise us the promised land. You promise us something so good, the land of milk and honey. And instead we're in the desert with basically almost, no food. We have enemies all over, and in front of us is a sea that you can't cross directly. So what's the, why did you do this to us? And basically Moses starts to almost pray to the Creator, right? And asking the Creator to help. And the Kabbalistically famous answer of the Creator to Moses that's written in the Torah is Matzitzak Elai, which is why are you praying to me? Like, what do you want from me? Which, sounds very interesting, right? Which is anyone who laughs at religion, it's a great opportunity to laugh at religion, because, imagine you're praying to God and he's telling you, what do you want from me, right? Like, I'm off now. But the real secret is that the Creator tells him just to go forward, just not to think, not to be in a state of processing and analyzing and thinking, but go forward and just move. Don't even think. And one of the most important also leaders of the nation back then, a very spiritual person, he goes into the water, into the Red Sea. He doesn't think, he doesn't listen. He looks, he meditates and uses the 72 names to overcome his nature, his doubt that something is impossible, that what was taught to him before, that water is drowning you. he goes into the water goes up to his knees, up to his chest, up to his mouth, up to his nose, and then the water enter his nose. At that moment, that's when it splits, right? That's when the miracle happens. And actually there's 12 pathways for Israelites to pass, and there's miracles, I think there's 10 miracles that also happen as the water split. And basically one of the biggest one is obviously is that the ground was dry. Not just that the water split, but the ground that the Israelites were walking on was dry. So that's a beautiful story, right? Like a very nice story. But practically, what does it mean to us? Practically, if you want to be happy and successful and achieve your destiny in this world, you cannot fall into your desire not to believe in yourself. If you go into your state, into the opponent's area where you don't believe in yourself, you are basically self-sabotaging yourself, and you're not going to achieve your happiness. So if you go into that state of mind of, I can't do this, this is not possible, this is unachievable, this is not, that's who am I to do this? The world doesn't operate on this way. That's not how the world works. That's not what was taught to me. That's not what I've been told. That's not how humanity lives. If you believe in those things, you're basically putting sticks in your wheels. You want to be a completely individual, unique entity that achieves whatever it is that you need to achieve in this world. Every single human being has a unique role in this world. And one of the goals is actually to find out that role that you have, which is completely unique to anyone else's. And then you need to understand that you have all the assistance, all the ability to achieve that. And on Tuesday night, with the ability and assistance of 72 names, is when we get the ability to say that, to be totally revolutionary people, to a completely 100% ability. Okay? So 72 names, we need to use it. By the way, you should watch the stream. I'm going to write, Leah wrote something, I'm going to read it. Right. Yeah, that's beautiful. Right? Leah, that's amazing, Leah. Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly right. When the opponent is telling you, which is it's really amazing when you really think about it. Spiritually, you can achieve anything, which is really wild. There's no absolutely the time of hierarchies, monarchies, and someone is higher and someone is lower is over. There's no such thing anymore. It ended a long time ago, but especially now. Spiritually, you as a human being have all the ability to achieve everything that you want to achieve, which is the fundamentals of happiness, which is to have a constant connection to the Creator, you be loved by the Creator, be loved by yourself, and have someone that loves you and you can love them also. Okay? So on Tuesday night and leading up to it right now also, we're getting this energy, we're charging our consciousness with the ability that tells the opponent that I deserve ultimate happiness. Because when you feel that you don't deserve ultimate happiness, it's going to be very hard for you to go after happiness. Because if you don't have a foundation, the fundamental belief that you are worthy of happiness and unconditional love and wealth and health and desire, acceptance, etc., you're not going to be able to receive it. Because as Kabbalah teaches, if you don't have a vessel for something, you are not able to receive the light for it, right? So you need to have the vessel in order to receive the light that you want to receive, okay? So, so that's number one lesson of this week and of this event, is to totally break the limits, the belief that we are unable to achieve something, okay? That's one of the main things that every single one of our opponents is meant to do, is to teach us, to tell us that you are unable to achieve certain things in your life. Okay, you are just not labeled, not worthy, and you're not going to achieve them. Okay, that's one of his main jobs. That's what he does for 12 and 13 years of a person's life. Is he doesn't tell people to murder, to steal, to be negative, or to be bad. He tells people that you cannot achieve this. And it's different for every single one, right? There's some people that are very aggressive and they look like they always achieve things that they want, but they also have things that they need to overcome, okay? And understand that they can achieve something in their life. So that's one. That's main thing. And the way we connect is, I hope you all can connect to the streaming. It happens usually late at night. And what we do is we put a bucket of water, usually, in the room, and we listen to the connection. That's going to be after midnight, because the Israelites came to the sea after midnight until dawn. So, and they crossed the Red Sea at dawn. And dawn is physically the darkest moment of the day. Dawn, spiritually and physically, actually. It's physically the darkest, and spiritually, it's also the darkest moment of the day. Darkest meaning the opponent has total control of reality at that moment, okay? More than any other time. That's why Kabbalists say that if you want to inject the most light into any day, is you make connections, prayers, and meditations at the moment of right before dawn, okay? Because it's the darkest moment of the day. So that's one. And what we do is we take a bucket of water, we scan the 72 names, and we meditate to break the nature of physical reality. We break the nature of how our mind interacts with physical reality, okay? And our mind interacts with physical reality is that physicality is constantly influencing your mind, right? Your beliefs and your consciousness. If you look at water in the sea, you don't believe that you can cross, walk on it, or divide it, etc., right? But in reality, you can, because your godlike nature is able to do anything. You can fly, and we will be able to fly, cross water, walk on water, whatever, everything. We'll be able to totally dominate and use our mind to control physical reality, okay? There's not going to be a barrier that physical reality is going to control your consciousness. So that's very important meditation and thing that you want to think about until Wednesday night, okay? Now, we use 72 names more than anyone, right? You want to also pick your own 72 name. You want to pick 72 name that you connect to, that you are most connected to right now. Maybe there's a certain 72 name that you feel like you need more than ever. You want to use it and connect to its energy now and Tuesday night to Wednesday night more than ever. The energy of healing, the energy of changing the consciousness of water, changing the consciousness of the world, changing reality altogether. And especially you, like what is it that you need to change right now? And another major thing that we want to meditate and think about now is communication, and the way we communicate with people, and the way we interact with people, and the way we understand our feelings and emotions, because we are still in a sign of Aries, and Aries has a very tough ability to express, communicate, and understand their own emotions. They're very quick with their emotions, right? It's a very emotional sign. It's a fire and water, right? So they have a little bit of more time to digest their emotions, right? It's not something natural. It's not a definitely not a Virgo, right? Which is very cold with emotions and can be very much easier with emotions. It's very like a baby, like a kid. It's hard for it to understand what's going on, to feel it, to be open about it, and to be relaxed, about it. It's very governed by emotions. So one of the tikkuns or main tikkuns of the sign of Aries is emotions, is to be less emotional, to be more paused and relaxed when emotions come, to express themselves. Anyone who is Aries, who had a past life in Aries, who has a moon in Aries, who has a rising in Aries, or very heavily influenced by the sign of Aries, it's not natural for them to sit and express their emotions. So this is something that every single one of us needs to learn right now, is how can I sit with myself even, first of all, right? Not necessarily maybe with others right away, but just for me to sit and understand, what emotions do I have? What emotions am I going through? What emotions am I feeling? And just to understand that it is an emotion. It's not necessarily something that's real. This is very important, that emotions are there to guide us, but they're not there to control us. So it's two different things. You can feel everything. You should feel all your emotions. You should understand all your emotions, but it doesn't mean that they need to dictate how you act in your life. You still have the choice of how you feel. Every single one of us has the freedom of choice of choosing, how am I going to feel in this situation? Yes, I might not feel happy. I'm really sad and depressed about what's going on, about everything that's happening, about, whatever events, about the world, about the economy, about my situation, about people, etc. I might be very down by it, but at the same time, I can still be happy. Okay? I can still be happy. That's why right now, one of the ways that we can share with the world is not to be controlled by all the news, all the information, all the kind of the storm of information that's coming to us, but to project energy of happiness, calmness, certainty into the universe. And so that's essential. Okay, so first thing is 72 names and the ability to understand that we can overcome any challenge in our life. Second is to be more emotionally intelligent, meaning you understand the emotions that you're experiencing, but the emotion is not dictating how I feel. It's not my owner. It's not my pharaoh. It's not my, dictator that tells me how I'm going to feel. I still have the ability to detach myself from the emotions and feel the way I want to feel. And also to question, why am I feeling this way? Not to avoid it, not to be in denial. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying to throw out the emotions and not to deal with them, but not to be governed by it. Okay? The way to be in a state of connection to spirituality is to be connected and be more in a state of joy. That's the ultimate way of how you can receive the proper information, the guidance, etc. That's one of the things, also one of the gifts we get in these 7 days until Thursday night, is that our ability to receive proper messages, or what's called Ruach HaKodesh, divine inspiration, is much higher right now. So your ability to receive answers about your life, about your mission, about things in your life, about your tikkun, is heightened right now, because your soul is in a much stronger connection with your body right now, with your consciousness. So the ability to get answers, to get guidance, is so much higher right now. Your vision, your kind of like ability to see the vision for your life, vision for your, your existence, is so much higher right now. Okay? And then the third point of that we are going for right now, and also the energy of Pesach, is the energy of certainty. So certainty is something that we talk about all the time. Certainty is something very important. Certainty is something that's essential, fundamental, and one of the pillars of spirituality in life. Is certainty that the creator, that the light, that the energy of the creator is with us all the time, in everything that is happening, in every single instance, event, moment of our life. This is something that gives the person an ability to restrict, feel a sense of calm and peace a million times more. If you can close your eyes every time you feel stressed, afraid, worried, if you can close your eyes and say, you know what, the creator is actually in this situation. The creator is in this situation. There's light in this situation. I can get more light in this situation. I can connect to the creator more in this situation. That will completely change the scenario of whatever it is that you're going through. That's the ultimate restriction. Again, your ability to be proactive, your ability to ask. This is something huge that came to me during Pesach, is your ability to ask why. what we teach in the center, that the difference between Kabbalah and religion or any other practice is that Kabbalists always ask why. And this is very important. This is very essential. You always want to ask why. Now, why is very interesting, right? You can ask why about many different things. But I'm talking about why, asking why about your own self. Meaning asking, why am I attracted to this? Why does this make me upset? And just asking the question. You don't need to answer it. That's the key also. You don't need to start thinking, why? Okay, let me think about it. Just asking the question. Just being, this is the way that you connect to wisdom. You connect to wisdom by asking the question, why? You can say, why am I feeling this way? Why am I experiencing this in my life? Why does this make me angry? Why does this make me sad? Why does this make me feel vulnerable? Why am I afraid of this? Asking more and more why. So you get a better understanding, a better perspective of your true origin, which is the Keter energy. So Keter, or Corona, which is very interesting. So Keter is the seed level of everything, right? Keter, which is the seed, the highest sphera. And the way that you, whenever you connect to it, you get the complete and total vision of everything that's going around. And whenever you have an understanding of why things are happening, everything becomes much easier. Everything becomes much easier when you understand why something is happening in your life. The way for you, for me, for anyone to understand more of why things are happening is to ask the question, why is this happening? Why am I the type of person that I am? Why do I want this? Why do I like this? Why am I in the scenario and the situation that I am in right now? Why am I surrounded by the people that I'm surrounded with? Why does this behavior in other people make me upset? Why do I get angry at this person? Why is this a trigger in my life? Asking the question why is essential in life. This is how you begin transformation, deep transformation. There's superficial transformation, which we also need to do, which is just restriction. Simple restriction, saying, no, I'm not going to restrict. I want something, I want this right now, I'm going to restrict 5 minutes. Amazing. It changes your life. This changes your destiny. Saying, I want to go say hi to this person because I feel good when they talk to me, restrict. I want to answer back to this person right now and show them who's the man and who's the boss, restrict. I want to go and eat something, restrict. Restriction is the key to life. The restriction is the key to happiness and fulfillment. This is hands down the most important thing. The other level of restriction in our life is asking the question, why? Why do I want this? Why does this make me happy? Why do I need more and more acceptance? Why do I need acknowledgement? Why do I need to be acknowledged by people? Why am I attracted to a certain kind of people? Why does this behavior make me upset? This is amazing. This is the biggest meditation, the highest level of consciousness and enlightenment you can reach right now, is asking the question, why? You don't need to find the answer. You don't need to understand the answer now, but at least inject your consciousness with more ability to ask why. Just simple, why? Why am I so attached to this? Why is this my idol? Why is this so important for me? Why do I need to get this in my life? Why is this so important? Why is it that this is equal to happiness? Right? There's nothing really, the only source of happiness, as we learn in Kabbalah, is the life force of the Creator. Right? There's nothing else that can really make me happy. But why is money? Why is acceptance? Why is success? Why is work? Why is sleep? Why is good news? Why is this the source of happiness for me? This is a very, very deep secret that really gives you the most answers that you could ever get in your life. Okay? Very essential. Very huge ability that whenever something happens in my mind, I don't immediately react, but I say, why is this happening in my life? Very deep, very deep, very simple. Something that you need to remind yourself every morning. Every morning, you need to say, why? It's very funny. I just remembered one of our teachers, he has a llama on his phone screen, the animal llama. And in Hebrew, I don't know if you know, the word lama means why. So he put it as a reminder to himself to constantly ask why, right? But you need to find tricky ways of doing it every day, right? But if you can include in your morning meditation, whenever you connect, whenever you awaken your consciousness, to ask why, this was gonna completely change your life, a game changer, completely. So those are my 3 points that I wanted to share with you. So when, again, Tuesday night, tomorrow night to Wednesday night is the quote unquote birth of 72 names. So you want to meditate, you want to connect to the 72 names as much as possible, especially if you can after midnight until dawn or whenever. If you can do it then, whenever you can, scan, connect, study the 72 names more than you ever did in your life, okay? 2 is the second point, to be expressive, to understand our emotions. 3, to ask the question why. Again, why? Why is this? You know, Rabbi Yitzhak Luria, it says the reason he's one of the highest souls, and he revealed the most secrets than any other human being revealed on this planet that we know. And the reason why he was able to achieve such enlightenment is because he asked the question why. That's how he achieved it. The reason why him and Rabbi Shimon saw that the section in the Torah where the Israelites are about to cross the Red Sea has 3 sentences, and every single of those 3 sentences has 72 letters. What a coincidence, right? It doesn't happen anywhere in the Torah. Why does it happen there? It's to formulate and to bring the 72 names. So you want to be connecting to the question of why. You want to be connecting to 72 names. Also, we started the day after Passover, we started the time period called the Omer, which is a very interesting time. It's an extremely spiritual time. Very, very positive spiritual time. We do not start we usually Kabbalists do not have weddings. We don't buy houses or start businesses, do anything major that requires at beginning a seed level. There's no signatures that we try to do at this time period. So no long-term contracts are being signed right now. Spiritually, you should be doing the deepest change you could possibly be doing. I'm going to be trying to post every night the Sfirah that we're connecting, because Sfirat Omer operates on 7 times 7. It's 49 days between the day of Passover, between the day Israelites left Egypt, until the day of Shavuot, which is the 6th day of month of Gemini, which has exactly 49 days in between them. So it's 7 times 7 or 49. And this is the time period when you can change deeper than ever before. I remember when I was a student in the center, and when my teacher said it, that this time you can change more than ever. And I remember this, one of the biggest experiences of change that I ever had as a student or as a teacher in my life happened during this time period. So it's a huge opportunity to change. And usually we say the name of the sfirah that is happening. And it's very interesting. Even the religious world took the sfirot, the Kabbalistic sfirot, and saved them during this time period. It's very interesting. It's the only time, because this is a very spiritual time. So right now we're ending the day of Netzach of Chod. Okay? So maybe next class I'll go deeper into it. But basically we have the 7 sfirot in the first of the 7 sfirot, right? From Chesed to Malchut, and Chesed to Malchut in each one. And the biggest, most important one is the 6th day of each week, just so you know. So today is Netzach of Chesed. Tonight is going to be the following. We don't say it until it happens. So until it happens, we say it. You can daily meditate on each sfirah, and there's consciousness from Karen to meditate for each sphera. So that's also a great way to connect to energy and to extract all the light that you can in this time period. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, I'm gonna unmute everyone so everyone can talk in a little bit. But again, you want to ask the question why, right? You want to use the 72 names. You want to be connecting to the Omer. You want to be expressing yourself emotionally, right? You don't want the emotion to control you. You want to understand, feel, but not to let the emotion to oppress you and to own you. Okay, it's two different things. And also listen to Leah and Yule's recording about COVID-19. They did a whole hour of talk about it. I didn't listen to the whole thing yet, so I can't comment, but I'm sure it's amazing. Thank you. And happy holiday, Moadim L'Simcha. Hope everyone can join and listen to the connection online. I'll post the link for it. Happy holidays and all the best, everyone.
Thank you, Michael, so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
How many of us are there?
Thank you, Michael.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Leah.
Hi.